Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ayanate and Njoku. I'm a certified family life, parent, preteen and teen coach. I help parents become intentional in their parenting journey, sharing daily tips from my expertise, my experience, books I've authored, coaching sessions for you as a parent and your preteens and teens, helping them build the social skills they need to function in today's world. So today I'm going to be sharing with you some parenting one-liners that helps make parenting easy for you. In the past few days, I've had to coach parents both in groups and individuals, advocating for better disciplinary measures, as we raise our children. And this one I'm going to be sharing today is just something that's going to help you be more relaxed, be more calm, as you not necessarily discipline your children, but as you parent daily, and helps you also calm your nervous system, because it's one of the things that children do that make us get stressed, and before we know it, we've exploded. Please don't fail to like, share, subscribe if you haven't. Let's get right into the video. Thanks for being here. When we're raising kind, respectful children, we spend a lot of time explaining things to them. You answer questions, you listen to their opinions, and make room for their voices. That's a good thing. But it can be exhausting when the same question comes up again and again. So your child is allowed to ask questions. There's nothing wrong with that. But we don't have to keep giving the same answer. And so one of the ways to make that a little bit easier is we use parenting one-liners that makes you not lose your cool. So watch till the end for more examples. The one I'll be sharing today is asked and answered. So when my children were much younger, I've had to explain what it meant. So if you have younger children, now is a good time to start. You've already asked me that question and I've already given you an answer. What was the answer I gave you? Once you repeat this back, I'll say exactly, that's still my answer, and that's where asked and answers come in. After a while, they understand. So now it sounds more like, can I have a cookie? You say asked and answered. But I really want one. I know you do. Asked and answered. Can we go to the park? Asked and answered. Sometimes, even when the answer is yes, are we still going to the park? You say yes. I already said we are. Asked and answered. Now grab your shoes, let's go. The goal isn't to dismiss your child. It's to avoid getting pulled into the same conversation over and over again. And for many parents, repeating ourselves is one of the biggest triggers. If you're a parent, you know this. I don't know if it is for you. Let me know in the comments. So having a simple phrase ready helps parents, helps me, helps you stay calm instead of getting frustrated. And the calmer we are, the more patient, present, intentional, we can be with our children, especially when the bigger parenting challenges come along. You probably need to teach your child, like I said earlier, what asked and answered means at first. That's completely normal. But once they understand it, the phrase becomes a gentle reminder that the conversation has already been had and it has been settled. Remember that our children will test boundaries. They'll push limits. They'll ask just one more time, hoping the answer changes. But that's part of growing up. Our job isn't to match, their persistence with frustration. Our job is to stay calm, stay consistent, and model the self-control we want them to develop. Sometimes all it takes is just two simple words, asked and answered. That's not up for discussion. When we use it often, you see that our children get it, and then they don't need to bother you again. Over time, you see that it gets easier. So if you need more of these phrases, especially if you're raising teenagers, I'm going to share some more. So one is, that's not up for discussion. So when do you use it? You use it when the decision has already been made. You need to wear your seatbelt on. That's not up for discussion. Safety is paramount. The second one is, you don't have to like it, but you have to do it. You can use this when they're resisting a reasonable expectation. Like, I don't want to brush my teeth. You don't have to like it, but you have to do it. Another one is, when you're ready to speak respectfully, I'm ready to listen. If you're raising teenagers, when tension is up, when they're yelling or speaking disrespectfully, when you're ready to speak respectfully, we'll have that discussion. And number 1, number 4, number 5 is try again. When do you use it? Is when their tone is rude. You just say try again. This gives them a chance to correct themselves without a lecture. Another one is, I won't argue with you. When do you use it? Is when they're trying to pull you up into a debate. Asked and answered can also fit into this one. I hear what you're saying, but I'm not going to, argue with you. And then, which other one can I think of? Yes, you can be upset and you shouldn't hurt anyone. This one validates their feelings while holding the limit. You can be upset, but it's still bedtime. You can be disappointed, but we're still living. So yeah, and I think one of the last ones that I'm going to share is the when and the then. This one works well for little children. And also for older children. When you do this, we get this. So when you put on your shoes, we can go. When you brush your teeth, we can have that discussion. That is the when and the then. I've made several videos, about when and then. If you go back in my page, this one helps to encourage, cooperation, especially for toddlers. First, you do your homework, and then you have screen time. When you wear your shoes, and then we leave. The key isn't just the words, it's how you say them. A calm, steady voice is far more effective than saying the perfect phrase with frustration. These one-liners work best when they are paired with empathy, consistency, and follow through. Over time, your child learns that your response is predictable, which often reduces argument and repeated requests. So I have a template that has almost 20 of these parent one-liners you can use. If you need it, just comment anything or one-liners, and I'll send it to you. If you like this video, if you've enjoyed it, if you learned something new, like, share, drop me a comment, and I'll see you in my next one. Cheers.